To follow along with this lesson, you will need page 694. That's where we're starting, page 694. So you'll need page 694, and we are starting on the 3D shapes unit. And since we've already talked about 3D shapes a lot, it'll probably be a pretty easy unit for you. Now, page 694 would be in your second math book, so it would be in My Math Book 2. All right, let's take a look at example number 1. Example number 1 is a sphere. Today we're going to be talking about spheres and cubes. So this one is a sphere. And a sphere is nice and round, and it's round like a ball or a globe or the planet Earth or the sun. So a sphere is a rounded shape, and we are supposed to trace the circle around the object that shows that matching shape of the sphere. And that's a golf ball, and most balls are going to be the shape of a sphere. Like a football is not a sphere, but most balls, like basketballs and soccer balls and the balls you play with on the playground balls, those are all in a sphere shape. A tennis ball. All right, example number 2 is a cube. And a cube is a 6-sided object. It has 6 sides, and every side on the cube is a square. They're all squares. We talked about that before. Those sides are called faces, and where 3 faces come together, that point is called the vertices. All right, so the matching object would be the dice right here. That would be in the shape of a cube. All right, now let's go down to example number 3. Again, it's a sphere that we're looking at. So which object do you think is the same shape as a sphere? Now this first one, I think it's more of a rectangular prism. This looks more like a cone. I think the tomato looks like a sphere, like an orange, a tomato, other round fruits like cantaloupes. Those are all spheres also. So a tomato. Let's look at example number 4. Example number 4. Now we're looking for an object that is the same shape as a cube. Same shape as a cube. Now this first one looks like a beach ball, and we said a ball is usually going to be a sphere. How about this box though? Does that look like a cube to you? It does to me. I think that the box is the shape of a cube. Now a can, this is a can of corn. This is a cylinder, and we're going to talk about that later. All right, I'm ready to turn the page and do some more practicing. Let's do, why does my pen disappear when I turn the page? All right, the example number 5, we've got a sphere. We've got a slinky, that looks like a cylinder. Die, that looks like a cube. What about a marble? Yeah, a marble is the same shape as a sphere. A marble is the same shape as a sphere. All right, now we're looking at a cube again, We've got a hat box. That looks like a cylinder to me. We've got a wood lacing bead that is in a shape that looks like it has sides that are squares. I think that's our cube. And then the next one would be a sphere because it's that round shape again. So that is the same shape as a cube. Let's check it out. We're looking for a sphere again. This one is a globe. I think it looks round like a sphere. This one is a glue stick. That'd be a cylinder. And this football, well, that's about the only ball that isn't the shape of a sphere. So I think our globe is the shape of a sphere. Let's look at number 8. We're looking for a cube again. So we've got like a little game tin, and that is not a cube because this side looks like a rectangle. So this is a rectangular prism. Now remember, rectangles have 2 long sides and 2 short sides, but a square has squares that are all sides that are all the same shape. So like this one here on this block would be a cube. All right, we are looking at page 696. And it says, name the shape of the planet. Name the shape of the planet. So what do you think? Here's our planet. What's that shape? You're right, it's a sphere. All the planets are going to be in a shape of a sphere. And we are supposed to draw lines from the shapes that are spheres to the planet. So I'll have to go grab my pen again. And we're going to draw shapes that are spheres. We're going to draw lines, all the spheres we can find to that planet. And then it says, identify the part of the rocket that's shaped like a cube. So we're looking for the part of the rocket that's shaped like a cube. This one, the top of the rocket looks like a cone, but the middle of the rocket looks like a cube. And we are supposed to draw lines from all the cubes on the page to that rocket shape of a cube. So we're going to draw our lines to all the other cubes on the page. There we go. All right. Now it's your turn. You're going to be working on pages 697 and 698. And 697 looks exactly like what we just did together. You will be matching spheres and cubes to the objects that look like spheres and cubes. And the same thing on page 698. So a lot of what we just did, just a little more practice. When you're all done, please upload your work to Schoology.